everyone, and welcome back to the Cop Council. How are we all? Hopefully, all of you are on a fantastic day from wherever you are around the world. And welcome to another match preview show for you guys tonight. And that is, of course, the Merseyside derby, the blue side of Liverpool versus the red side of Liverpool, of course. And of course, guys, let us know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Let us know your score predictions and your starting 11 predictions down below as well. If you're also viewing on TikTok or any of all of those social media platforms, anyway. Please come over to youtube.com/the Cop Council to watch this live, because I know a few people have asked over there where you do watch it, so you can watch it on there live if you want to. Anyway, but I am joined by, of course, a very special guest, and that is Jamie Phillips. Jamie, how are you doing, mate?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Just talking to you off air about some of the issues at home, but otherwise, I am fine and dandy and can't wait for the weekend.
Yeah, absolutely, my friend. And guys, of course, let us know how you lot are feeling. Of course, been a wonderful time being a Liverpool fan at the minute. Of course, slapping Manchester United by 4-0, which was absolutely wonderful. But of course, Everton fans haven't had it so lightly over the last, I was going to say few weeks, but it's been a couple of seasons, haven't it, realistically? Dayton, anyway, saying good evening to both of you. Hello, Data. Hopefully having a fantastic day, my friend. Anyway, but let's get on, first of all, to, of course, the blue and white shites, because if you look at the league table at the present moment in time, of course, Burnley are slowly creeping up against the Frank Lampard side. Anyway, as you can see down there, 29 points now. Everton are on, and Burnley are now on 28 points. It's been a very, very difficult season for the Ev, of course. And as you can see, only won 2 of their last 5 games. But of course, it was wins against Manchester United, and I believe it was, I can't remember who else they beat, but it was Manchester United.
Newcastle.
It was Newcastle. Thank you for that. But yeah, Steve. No, Steve. Sorry, she's correct. That's because I just got Doug's show. Jay, it's the fact that with the Ev, and you look at them, they've spent so much money over the last couple of years. Coming into this season, of course, new manager at the start of the year. Everyone was wondering who it was going to be. Of course, names were getting rumbled about, and of course, it was Agent Rafa. But you could tell from the beginning of it and the whole talk of it, it was never ever going to happen for Rafa Benitez at Liverpool, to Everton, I should say, and just the whole situation around Everton as well is toxic. And I've got plenty of Everton friends, and they just say as soon as everything goes bad, it tends to go very, very toxic there as well. But how have you made Everton's season, and what do you think about the club as a whole this season?
Well, I mean, their season, if I remember rightly, started well, weren't they? Top of the league after 4 games. So
yeah,
if I remember rightly, the season did start well, and there was good vibes around, and everyone was like, all right, maybe we'll get behind this Rafa situation the way it's going right now. But no, I mean, to make that appointment in the first place is idiotic. It's like, know your fan base, know where you're at. You're employing a former Liverpool manager who won the Champions League with them, insulted Everton fan base while he was Liverpool manager, and then you employ him. It's ridiculous. And look, the Everton ownership is a joke, full stop. They've wasted so much money on utter garbage through the years. And they've had top quality coaches. They've had was it Koeman's, Ancelotti's? They've had decent, and no one can get it right. And it's not because they're bad coaches or managers. I suppose you can put Koeman in between, but it's the whole state of the football club from top to bottom. It's run very poorly. Now they've got no money because they spent so much and wasted so much. They can't spend no money at the moment because of all the laws and rules going around. So they can't spend nothing. So Rafa didn't get a transfer window to start with. Damian Gray was a great buy though for 1.3 million. I will say, great bit of business. But apart from that, this Everton team is old. It's boring. It's slow. There's nothing to it. They're dry. It's like dry, horrible turkey. That is what Everton Football Club are at this moment. Tasteless. and it's not it's the ownership at the club. Like with many other owners of clubs that are ruining them legacies at their clubs. It's the same with Everton. I mean, since David Moyes, this team has been since he left Everton. They've just been going down, down, down ever since. And
Mm.
I know they had one good year under Roberto Martinez where they finished 5th that season, but it's once in a blue moon for the Everton at the moment. And, they're banging trouble. Let's get it right. They are banging trouble. Their fixtures remaining are horrible. And on Sunday at 4:30, they could already be in the relegation zone.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And we will take a look at those fixtures because it is very, very difficult for the Ev when you look at, both the likes of Burnley and, of course, the Ev as well. Because I think pretty much everyone now is in agreement, I should say, of Norwich and Watford both going down at the end of the season. So there is now one spot available to get relegated. Everton could easily go down. Liverpool will make it more difficult for them. Well, I imagine Liverpool winning the quadruple and Everton going down. It would be the greatest season in Liverpool's history. No question about that. Chris is in as well, saying, "Evening, lads. Hope you are well." Hello, Chris. Hopefully on a fantastic day, my friend. It says, "You need gravy on turkey, otherwise you can't have turkey so dry." Well, that is true. That is very, very true anyway. But if we do take a quick look at Everton's fixtures, which, Jay, you just mentioned about it, of course, having Liverpool at 4:30, of course, on Sunday. Chelsea then on the 1st of May at home. Of course, Leicester away. Watford away.
That should be a win. That is going to be massive.
Well, you look at it. Watford away, that's going to be huge. Brentford at home. Of course, Brentford realistically now have nothing to play for. I think they're safe. Crystal Palace and, of course, Arsenal. That game is going to be huge because that could mean, we could still have so much at stake for that. It could be Arsenal going for top 4. It could be Everton trying to survive relegation as well. But Jay, if you look at them fixtures, and I'll get them back up as well, and I'll get them off big screen for you. If you take a look at them, where could you see realistically Everton getting points? Because for me, I think it's most likely that Watford game and the Brentford game, which that's the only time I can see him getting points now for the rest of the season.
Yeah. Thing is, what's it, 1st of May, Chelsea. I mean, they're going to get spanked by us, so that's done.
That's out of the question.
And then the Chelsea game. Oh, look, Chelsea are a weird side at this moment in time. I was watching them the other day get spanked by Arsenal 4-2, and I think this Chelsea team's done. They're knackered, and I think we're going to have one of the easiest FA Cup finals in living memory on the 14th of May as well. I think this Chelsea team are knackered, and their squad's starting to feel it, because I didn't realise how thin Chelsea's squad was. It's paper thin. And they look shattered. They are absolutely shattered. And I wouldn't be surprised if Everton snuck something at home against Chelsea. I really wouldn't be surprised, because this Chelsea team are a bit, they're not great at the moment. But them 3 games, Watford, Brentford and Crystal Palace. Now, the Watford game's going to be huge. That's a relegation battle. Could be a 6-pointer. Then you got Brentford, who I've done. They're safe. They're going to be in the Premier League next season. They've had a great campaign. They could be already on the beach by then. And Crystal Palace, his season's finished. They had their semi-final in the FA Cup. They're going to be safe in the Premier League now. It's very hard for players to turn that off when they know it's done and they're looking forward to the summer and next season. So it could be them 3 games. Them 3 games. They could lose everything else, but them 3 games, they've got to at least pick up, 5 to 7 points for me in them 3 games. Have to. If they don't, they're down.
Yeah, well, we were just saying over on Doug's channel, like, they have to match at least Burnley's results. If you look at it, I'll quickly get up Burnley's games as well, if I can get them, because to be fair, I've got that on Google, and Google sometimes takes forever to try and get them up anyway. But
Google hates Burnley as much as everyone. So.
But yeah, if we take a quick look then at Burnley's games coming up, and let me quickly get them on the screen for you guys anyway. Of course, they've got Wolves on the weekend, which Wolves are a very, very weird side at the minute. They also play Watford away, Aston Villa at home, Tottenham away, Aston Villa at home again, of course, because I think that game was suspended due to COVID, and it's only now been able to get in there again. So the double over Villa, and then of course on the last day of the season, Burnley versus Newcastle, which of course at one time we thought might have been a relegation fight itself, let alone against Everton.
I think I'd want Burnley's fixtures out of the two.
Mm.
I think they got the better fixtures. Tottenham game's going to be difficult for Burnley because they're going for top four. But then again, you don't know what Tottenham side you get one from 1 week to the next.
Yeah.
The Villa games, the double games over Villa. Now Villa are a strange team because Villa just got no pace in their side, and I don't think it's Stevie's fault. He just needs recruitment. So you don't see either side winning both games that quickly in succession. So, yeah, I mean, Everton's fixtures are horrible, but it's them three, Watford, Brentford, and if I can get 5 to 7 points in them 3 games, match Burnley, I think they'll be all right. But anything less in them 3 games, because you got to think Chelsea, at Liverpool, and the Arsenal the last day of the season are probably 0 points. Them 3 in the middle have to get at least 5 to 7. With Burnley's fixtures that look a little bit nicer on the eye, but that don't usually mean anything. But yeah,
it's a Premier League, isn't it? Like I don't think many people would have thought that Arsenal would have beaten Chelsea the other day. I think a lot of people thought it would have been 4 straight defeats.
Yeah, I did the watch along for it. I thought I did the watch along thinking I want to watch this Chelsea team. I'm scouting them for the final, and then because I'm in contact with the club, and then and then also I'd just be for vibes to watch Arsenal lose 4 in a row. It's hilarious, and they just done them 4-2. And I was like, what the? I don't know what I'm watching. I did say at the time though, it was like the Wish.com version of Liverpool Man City that game, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, it was like I saw it, and the penalty as well for the 4th goal for Arsenal. I was like, it's soft, but I can totally understand why it was given. Yeah. It's like, what are you doing, Aspilicueta? He's not going anywhere.
Yeah, Saka was clever. Saka was clever as well.
No, he was. John says, big up, mate. Hope you are well. Hello, John. Hopefully on a fantastic day, my friend. Everton's fixtures are horrendous. They are going down. Yeah, they are absolutely horrendous. Big up, Jamie, mate. 2-man as well. Cedric is in. Hello, Cedric. Hopefully you're good, my friend, as Connor and Jamie. And thumbs up to John as well. Let me quickly scroll back down. And Mr. Jack Mack LSE is in as well, saying, yes, the boys. Hello, Jack. Hopefully on a fantastic day, my friend, as well. But for Sunday then, Jay, of course, we've spoken a little bit about, of course, what could potentially happen to Everton this season. Is there anyone in particular that's going to be a standout for Everton on Sunday? I know, of course, Calvert-Lewin, I think, is injured for this game. Richarlison, yeah, he is always injured. And to be fair, by his fashion sense, Jesus Christ, like it's an absolute shambles.
I don't know what's going on with that kid. He don't look. I mean, he's wearing bras and skirts and trousers and shit. I don't know I don't know what's going on with him. I mean, I don't really care, to be fair. That's up to him what he wants to do with his life.
He was on that fashion magazine, wasn't he? And it's just like it's him and is it Calvin Phillips that just have the maddest fashion sense in the world. I just don't get it personally. But over the last couple of games that you mentioned, someone in particular, Damari Gray, in the reverse fixture, I thought he was by far Everton's best player. But do you think it's him or Richarlison? Do you think is going to cause the threat Sunday?
Well, Richarlison could call a threat to a human race, couldn't he, by just double footing everyone? We just don't know Richarlison. He's a filthy player, but can be good on his day at the same time. Gray blows hot and cold, don't he? When he's hot, he's a very good player, but when he's cold, you don't even notice him, do you? He's so in between all the time. Anthony Gordon. Anthony Gordon could be a shout because I think he's a Scouse boy. He came through the youth system at Everton. He knows what this means to the team and to the city. So if he plays, he will put 100% max effort in. And to be fair, every time I've watched him play, particularly, he's always been Everton's best player. Yeah. So he's the one I think will show the most for Everton on the weekend.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I do agree with that. I'm looking now at top goal scorers this season for the Everton. Richarlison has 7 league goals. Damari Gray has 5, and Anthony Gordon has 4 league goals. To be fair, Anthony Gordon's got 2 assists as well this season, which, for a youth prospect, is fantastic, of course. And Richarlison getting 4 assists as well. And someone I wouldn't have thought wouldn't be up there on the assist charts for Everton is Decore as well. Wouldn't think he would be up there either. But speaking to, of course, Tom yesterday over on Jack's channel, he was saying that a few players have been very underwhelming for the Ev as well, similar to like players like Allen and Keane as well at centre half as well. But like you said, I think, and one thing I will ask you as well, if, like, for me, in my opinion, I think if Everton were to go down, I think they would have a very similar fate to a Wolves in terms of, they might go down, they might not come straight back up, but I still think that they might even go down again to League One, and then have that, kind of that growing the structure back up from the ground up, like similar to like Wolves done. Do you think that would happen if they got relegated, or do you think that they would just come straight back up?
See, the Championship is a very difficult league. I mean, the Championship is better than a lot of top leagues in other nations. It's a very difficult league, and look at the quality in there now. Not with that, they spend money in the Championship now. I mean, players in the Championship are on proper wages, and Fulham, and I think Fulham got promoted, didn't they? And they look a great side, and they'll be out of there. But if they get in the Championship with the players they got, they're going to struggle. It's going to be a massive shock to the system of Everton Football Club that they have to get over very, very quickly, or they will struggle. They will struggle because obviously they've never been relegated. It'd been the biggest relegation from a top flight league ever, in my opinion, that I can remember in any league ever. I know
bigger than Leeds?
I think so, yeah, because Everton are a bigger club than Leeds, in my opinion, and they've never been relegated from the top flight of football. And, when you look at Leeds' relegation, that was all to do with what the chairman was doing there, writing checks he couldn't afford and things like that. So they had to sell all their best assets. So they didn't have that's the reason. This Everton team ain't had they got a decent. You look at their squad, it shouldn't be 17th in the league. It just shouldn't be. No. And I think you look at the players that will leave this squad if they get relegated, and then the quality of players they'd have to buy to be in. I mean, I think they'd be in lots of trouble, and it's not automatic you go back up in the Championship. I mean, that league is difficult, and they'll have Norwich back in there who know how to do the Championship. Watford who know how to do the Championship. They'd have to compete with them two straight away, and they're barely competing with them in the Premier League. Yeah, so being in a league being a league they know about, it's going to be even worse for them. So if they do get relegated, as you say, I think they will struggle big time because the mentality side of it, they've never been there before.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I do agree with you on that 100%. Hello, Doug.
Hi, Doug.
Hello.
To be fair, I didn't say this at the start of the stream. There is a link in the video description down below if anyone does want to join. I'm guessing that's how you found out about joining the stream.
Yeah,
I did keep it hidden. I was meant to say it at the start of the stream, and I didn't, as per usual. I do forget anyway. But let's read a few of your comments anyway. Mitch, hello, Mitch. Hopefully, a fantastic day, seeing sexy boys. Thank you very much. Big up, Cedric. Hope you're good. Yes, mate. Thanks. John says, Jack Mac, top man, hope you're good. Hi all, Everton are going down. See you, blue shite. Yeah, absolutely. If Everton go down, they won't get back up for at least 5 years, says John. Very, very interesting. They will do a Leeds and find it really hard to get back up. I'll leave Data's question, so I want to ask Doug about that in a brief moment. Big up, Doug. Top man, hope you're well.
Hi, John.
Guy says hi, Douglas as well. Dele Alli as well. We'll mention Dele Alli, of course, in this whole transfer of £40 million. And again, like what Jay said earlier, the fact that Everton just haven't had no sense whatsoever over the last few years with finance and money. But is Dele Alli up there one of the worst transfers ever in terms of the price tag and the position that Everton are in at the minute?
Probably for the yes. Considering like how many appearances he actually made, like I think it's probably about 4 or 5. I don't think Dele Alli has worked. I don't think Dele Alli has worked. But the thing is for me, and I was speaking to Tom as well. He thinks it's just been a number of things that have just gone wrong. Poor recruitment. I mean, we all said at the start of the season that their transfer business was not the best. You know, they had Begovic, they had Asmir, Andros Townsend, and they also had Damari Gray. Now, on paper, you would say that was very, very good. But Van de Beek on loan, that hasn't worked. Dele Alli, that hasn't worked. Mikolenko is a good fullback, but he has had to take time as well. The other thing as well, Patterson, he hasn't had a look in, and they still employ John Joe Kenny, who is absolutely shite.
Yeah.
He is awful. Like, he was awful at Celtic, he was awful at Hamburg as well. Everton's boards have made so many bad decisions this season. Having Agent Rafa, we have to say, deciding to bring Frank Lampard in when that should have been done in the summer. I think Frank Lampard was the right appointment, but at the wrong time. Frank Lampard's never been in a relegation battle. So I think the fact that Frank Lampard's now in a relegation battle is kind of saying, well, Everton have never been in this position since the Watersmith days, I think it was. So I do think that has given Burnley a little bit of hope as well. But I think the thing with Burnley is they are losing silly games. I know Norwich beat Everton in the past 2-1, I think it was. Burnley went to Norwich and lost 2-0. The other thing as well for me is I think Everton have got winnable home games. They've got Brentford coming up. They've got Crystal Palace coming up. Those two will probably be on the beach by now because both of them are safe. I don't see them getting dragged into it. Tom was saying he's seeing Leeds United as a potential target now. And I have to say, I actually agree with him because their fixtures are pretty worse than Burnley and Everton's, if I'm being honest. Because if you look at... Jesus, my iPad decided to fall there. But if you actually look at Leeds' fixtures, Palace away, that ain't easy. Manchester City at home on the Saturday tea time, that ain't easy. Arsenal away, that ain't easy. Chelsea at home, that ain't easy. Brighton, they never beat Brighton. And then Brentford away on the final day of the season. So we could potentially have a scenario where Leeds thought they were safe, but now they're sort of getting dragged back into it. Everton and Burnley just have to keep winning. And if they do, they will drag Leeds into this. I think this is going to go down to the last game of the season.
It looks that way.
Yeah, it does, to be fair. Well, I'll do a quick fire question for the two of you right now. And I did say this on your channel, Doug. If Everton go down, does Frank Lampard go down with them?
No. No. His ego's too big. His ego's too big. His ego's too big. He thinks Frank Lampard thinks he's something special. He literally does. I don't know why, but he's got an ego on him. He thinks he's something. He thinks he's big time Charlie, don't he? Yeah. And if Everton go down, he will not be there with him. No way will he. No way. Look, he never went to Crystal Palace because he didn't want to play. I think it's Crystal Palace and Norwich. Palace at the beginning of the season when Hodgson got the sack, he said no to because he didn't want to do relegation battle, and he didn't want to go to Norwich because he didn't want to do a relegation battle, and he thought Everton was the perfect place. But he's an egomaniac, and I don't get it. I don't get it. He will not be in the Championship with Everton.
An egomaniac. That is one way to describe Frank Lampard.
Oh, well, to be fair, apart from him being a massive Tory, it's the fact that I think Jay's hit the nail on the head. His ego is too big for himself because I think he's one of these people that would, let's say if a Spurs come in, for example, I'm not saying he'll ever go to Spurs, but I think he would always go for a high-end job, even though it wouldn't be the right fit or it wouldn't be, the correct the correct thing for it. I think he'd take that 100% over something that is his level. Then let's say, but let me know, guys, your thoughts.
Mr. Harriet is his level. He's not a very good coach. I don't understand this thing of hiring Frank Lampard. I really don't. I mean, I can see it with Stevie. Look what he did at Rangers. He eventually won a league with them. You know what I mean? And he set them up now. The way they're going in Europe now was because of Stevie at the beginning, and now Van Bronckhorst has taken over. Frank, I just don't get it. I just don't understand it. I really don't.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Mitch says he's made Aquilani look like the signing of the Premier League era. Let's put it that way.
I think that was Dele. I feel sorry. I feel sorry for Dele. I really do. I think Dele needs cancelling personally. I don't think there's something quite right with him mentally.
What the hell has he done to his hair as well?
Or he just needs a Jurgen Klopp hug. That sorts everything.
I think the biggest thing is as well is he needs to be put out the limelight, but he doesn't help himself by doing that. Because if you said to anyone outside probably Everton at the minute and go, what type of player is Dele Alli? Where's his best position? I don't think anyone can tell you where his best position is. Is it a false? Is it a false nine? Is it an attacking midfielder? Is it a striker? Is it a second striker? I don't think anyone can tell you. Quite rightfully, what's his best position at the minute. No, Frank doesn't agree with Jamie. His ego is as big as a stadium. I think Lampard is a blind leading the blind. Yeah, Mitch, I won't read that comment out, but yeah, he is a Tory, to be fair. I think Dele should quit football. Simple as that. Anyway, but yeah, no, I would agree with you on that. But guys, leave your comments in down leave your comments in the comment section down below about the Everton, them getting relegated, and hopefully it won't be too long anyway. But let's talk about the mighty Reds. Then, of course, beating Manchester United by 4-0 last time out, and of course the big question is, will we see a bit of rotation against Everton? Of course, we've got a very important game against, of course, this is a huge game itself, of course, being the Merseyside derby, but of course we have a huge game every 3 days now against Villarreal, to get into the Champions League final. But I'll ask Jay this first. With and for me, I'd be more than happy to see the likes of Divock Origi slapping up that Everton's defence and torturing Jordan Pickford again. I'd be more than happy because I think Liverpool's squad is brilliant at the minute. But could you see rotation being a key factor against the Ev?
We will rotate, but I think only to a maximum of 4 players. There's some players I do not want playing against Everton just because of the fact I think Everton will target them as players, and that's Thiago. I don't want Thiago anywhere near this game. He can't afford to get injured. I don't want Thiago playing against Everton because I just don't trust people like Richarlison and that not taking him out, because I think they will. They won't let him have time on the ball and they'll take him out. I don't want Luis Diaz against Everton either. These sort of players I just don't want to see playing, and them two especially, I don't think will play. I don't think Matic will play either. I think Konate might play this game as well, because there's no. I want to see Richarlison try and pick on Matt. I just want to see Richarlison. Yeah,
what on earth are you showing us?
It's for God's sake. I just want to see. I want to see Richarlison try and pick on. I want to see Richarlison try and pick on Konate. That'd be hilarious.
Yes,
I'm begging that to happen. So I want Konate to play for instead of Matip. So yeah, they're the. Well,
he could barely bully Joe Gomez back. No. What was it, 3 years ago? Imagine Konate.
But I don't want Thiago anywhere near this game because I just feel like they're targeting.
Yeah, no, I could see that 100%. Doug, would you be in agreement? I know we were just on your channel speaking about it, but of course, Robbo played a huge amount of football over the last couple of weeks. Could you see potentially Costas coming in for Robbo potentially?
Yes, I can. And I wouldn't be against it either. I think whenever Costas has come in, he's been fantastic this season. He really, really has. Whenever he's come in, he's not put a foot wrong. And you'd have to probably, I know this has been a bit interesting, but you'd probably have to say that Costas' first part of the season was probably better than Robbo. I know Robbo was injured, but when Robbo came back, I think he took a bit of time to get back into the stride of things. And I do think if you look at Costas this season as well, he had to take time to get into the team. But since he came in, I think he's been fantastic. I think I really, really do. I wouldn't be too surprised if maybe see Joe Gomez at right back. Maybe keep Trent. Maybe keep Robbo in for the Villarreal game. I think you might see maybe Kanate come in, but Klopp usually plays Kanate in the Champions League, I've noticed. So you might see Kanate against Villarreal. You might well do, but the midfield is going to be the big question, I think.
Doug, your internet.
And I
Doug, I think your internet's going mad.
Yeah, let me quickly remove Doug. Doug, you'll have to sort your internet. Let me see if I can add him back in.
It was going mad.
Is that any better? Or?
It's good. It's good now. It was going a bit mental.
You went mad.
Was it?
It's all good now.
Alan, I think Alan or Richarlison will be sent off in this game.
I wouldn't be surprised.
To be fair, I can definitely see a red card. I 100% could. For sure, 100%. Let me read out a few comments. United are still at a shite, absolutely. I see a rough game. Yes, rotation is necessary. I love how the fact we've just bullied Manchester United into submission. I'd love it. Like
again,
like growing up as a child, it was horrible. Like Liverpool, Manchester United, seeing them win Premier League title after Premier League title, and now it's completely on the other foot. Now Liverpool are fighting for everything, and United are practically scrapping around for assistant managers. If you know, you know. We can start Origi if we want. To be fair, to be a training session for him as always against Everton. No, absolutely. I heard John, the kit man, is looking for a game. I'd throw him in the 6 as well, says Mitch. Yeah, no, exactly, and that's the thing. And it's not the fact that. This time last season when we lost to Everton, of course, I think it was the first time they beat us in 20 years at Anfield, which of course was laughable. But you looked at it, and Liverpool, of course, was just ripped down to the core. Playing midfielders in centre back positions and not having a midfield in particular. But right now, I'd be happy with whatever team Jurgen Klopp put out. Whether that be Luis Diaz, Diogo Jota, Curtis Jones in the midfield, Naby, Thiago, Hendo. If you started Costas and Joe Gomez at right back and left back, I'd be more than happy with it. And I think that's one of the first times for me personally I've ever looked at a Liverpool squad and gone, I'd be happy with every single person starting for Liverpool Football Club. Of course, there is sometimes when you do look at the team and you're like, why on earth has he started him? But, of course, Jurgen Klopp knows a lot more than us, of course, anyway. But guys, as Lampard will get red cards. Well, if we're winning 4-0, he'll mention the fact we've only won one league title under Klopp. And again, another fit. Alisson, Trent, Matip, Virgil, Robbo, Fabinho, Henderson, Thiago, Salah, Jota, and Mane. Same team that beat the 4-1 in the reverse fixture, in my opinion. Well, let's get on then to, of course, starting 11 predictions. I'll go with Doug to begin with. Doug, what would be your starting 11 for Sunday?
Ooh, interesting. Ali in goal. Definitely. Gomez, Konate, Van Dijk, Tsimikas, Fabinho, Henderson, Thiago, and I think it'll be Diaz, Salamani.
Okay, so it's a huge rotation from you, Jay. What would be your starting 11.
Well, Ali in goal, best goalkeeper in the world in form at this moment in time. I'll go Trent at right back because I think you need a scouser in the team. So I'm going Trent at right back. I'm going Kanate. I just want to see Kanate beast up Richardson. I'm here for it. So I need him in the team. And I love Kanate. I really do. What a signing he is. Virgil plays because no matter how good Matip is, Kanate is, Gomez is, we don't look the same without Virgil in the back line. So Virgil plays. And then I'm going Robbo still at left back. I love Tsimikas, but Robbo is Klopp's like commander on the pitch, ain't he? He's like his general on the pitch, and he will pick him more likely than not. So I'm going to go Robbo. Midfield, as I say, I don't want Thiago anywhere near his pitch, and I'm just wondering if that's what Klopp's going to think as well. Being what happened last time, it's a derby, we've got a Champions League semi-final on the Wednesday. It's just, I'd rather have him for Villarreal because the way they're going to play, we need him for that game to break them down. So I'm going my midfield. I'm going Fabinho, Naby Keita, and Henderson. And then I think Luis Diaz will have a rest. I think Jota will come in. And on the left-hand side, Mane, and the best number 9 in the league at the moment. And Mo Salah, who, he had a little snack against Man United and he's still hungry. So he'll play right wing.
Yeah, absolutely. For me, I'm going to go with Alisson Becker in goal. Like Jay said, he is the best in the world at the minute. I think Trent, Matip, Virgil, and Robbo I'm going to go for. I think Kanate will play midweek. A little bit of spoiler for starting the prediction day. Because normally Matip hasn't played Champions League football. It's only been Kanate, so I think that'll be that. For that, I think midfield's interesting for me because I'd like to see Thiago just dominate that midfield again against the Ev like he did against Manchester United. But yeah, I think I'm going to go Thiago, Hendo, and Fabinho, and then I think it'll be Bobby Firmino, Diogo Jota, and Mo Salah. I think Mane and Diaz will come on in the second half for me personally. But guys, let us know your starting 11 prediction in the comment section down below. And yeah, it'd be very interesting to know your guys' thoughts in the comment section down below. But before we do end off the stream anyway, of course, starting score prediction, I should say anyway. Jay, what would be your score prediction for Sunday afternoon?
Back-to-back 4-0s. I'm going 4-0, comfortable. Get an early goal, see it out. If they can get more, love it. But yeah, back-to-back 4-0s.
I would agree with you on that. Doug, what's your score prediction?
Oh.
I think that was a 4-1.
Yeah, I think I heard a 4 in there. I heard a 4.
4.
I think it said 4-1. Hang on, let me remove and add Doug back. Oh, Doug, what's your score prediction?
4-0.
4-0. So a hat trick of 4-0s. So I take that 100%. I'd absolutely take that without a shadow of a doubt. And guys, let us know your score prediction in the comment section down below as well. One thing we haven't really done before that we should really do more often. But Jay, I'll ask you, who's going to steal the show against the Ev on Sunday?
Mo. I just think Mo's looking sharp again. I think he looked sharp against City in the semi-final of the FA Cup. I just think he's looking good again. He's just had a little barren spell where he weren't. Well, everyone said he weren't great. I thought he was still decent, but yeah, I think he's gonna eat Everton up. I really do.
Yeah, absolutely. Doug, who do you think is going to steal the show on Sunday?
I think Thiago as well. I think, let's be honest, our midfield shites all over their midfield because their midfield is absolutely shocking. Corey, Alan, Davis, come on. You'd rather have Fabinho, Thiago, Hendo, wouldn't you? So, yeah, I think Thiago, and I'm actually going to say that if Kanate plays, I'm going to go for 4 goals in 4 games for him.
Oh, yeah, he's a beast, ain't he?
Be very nice from a corner kick. As we say, he's probably more more of a threat than Virgil at the minute from corners, and that's a huge statement from me to say. But at the minute, he is proving it. At the minute, Mitchell said Curtis Jones is a certain to start. I think another Scouser in the lineup won't hurt. Yeah, no, that is a very, very good point. Liverpool 5, Everton 0, says Chris, which also goes back-to-back 4-0s. Mark is in as well. Hello, Mark. Says, think it will be harder than United, but would love a 3-0 win. And Chris says Everton's midfield couldn't make non-league or Sunday league football as well. And Kate Gordon to steal the show as well. Mitchell says, hey, wouldn't be against that whatsoever, to be fair anyway. But guys, thank you so much for tuning in to tonight's show. I do very much appreciate every single one of you that has tuned in and left a like and share and subscribe. I do very much appreciate it. But, of course, thank you to our guest as well, Jamie Phillips as well. Jay, anything coming up on your channel, my friend?
Yeah, so tomorrow I've got 2 watch-alongs tomorrow. I've got Arsenal Man United at 12:30. And then I've got Brentford and Tottenham at 5:30. And then on Sunday, we've got the Liverpool Everton watch-along. And then straight after that, a brand new show, the post-match calling show, open forum. Everyone can come in and have their say on the game.
Absolutely brilliant, my friend. I will put a link in the video description down below as well when we do end the stream, because I forgot to do it beforehand. But yeah, please go over and hit that subscribe button over to Jay's channel as well. And Doug, anything coming up on the Dugout Football channel?
Not until Monday, mate. Not until Monday. I'm hopefully doing one of those World Cup videos again. They go looking at Group B for sure, but no, nothing planned. I think the World of Football podcast might be back Monday. Not entirely sure yet, but no, there will be content coming up very, very shortly. Maybe a Villarreal preview as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Mark's left a link in the chat. I think that's to Jay's channel as well. So go over, click that, and hit that subscribe button. You have no excuses not to do it.
Cheers,
so please,
Mark.
Please, guys, go over and do it anyway. And of course, Chris saying, Jamie, busy man as always. Anyway, but guys, thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you to our amazing guests as well. Like I do say before at the end of every stream, please take care. Please stay safe. The world is still a very dangerous place at the minute. So, of course, please stay safe and all that good stuff anyway. But hopefully, we'll see you all on Sunday after Liverpool have hopefully battered the Ev from, all over Stanley Park and, send them back on their way to that, wooden shed of a stadium. Hopefully we'll see you all then. Try and you never walk.